One of 2026's most talked about horror films is now on 4K Blu-ray, and we need to talk about it. Welcome back to Movies Good, Internet Bad. My name is Cory, and this is my review of 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple on 4K Blu-ray. Go ahead, like, subscribe if you like movies, TVs, 4K reviews. We do all of that here on the channel. In this video in particular, we're going to be talking about packaging, tech specs, video quality, and audio quality for 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. Check out the description also if you want to see what equipment I use for these reviews. I make sure to post it all down there. So let's just dive right in, do the damn thing. Packaging, Steelbook only. Might be a point of contention for some folks. There is no standard release of this disc on 4K Blu-ray. You have to buy the Steelbook. That being said, the Steelbook is pretty awesome looking. I have to admit, it's a pretty cool. It's got some cool artwork there. When you pop it open, you've got your 4K disc, your digital code. There is no standard Blu-ray that comes along with this either. So if you're into 1080p Blu-ray, sorry, it's not going to be there. It does also come with a little J card on the outside of the packaging. Pro tip: I like to take a pair of scissors to these, cut them down to the size where they'll fit in the Steelbook, and then that way I still know runtime, aspect ratio, all that fun stuff that comes along with that. So yeah, more thoughts on the Steelbook part of it a little bit later, but that is what you get. It is the only option that Sony is giving us for this. Tech specs wise though, thankfully, from Sony, they're usually one of the best. We have a 100 gigabyte disc, which is great. Very different tech specs from the first 28 Years Later film. So Danny Boyle directed the first one. Nia DaCosta directed the second one. Danny Boyle is someone who likes to tinker. He likes to experiment. He likes to try new things. The first 28 Days Later is a perfect example of that because it was shot on a Handycam, right? So for the original 28 Years Later, he shot the movie on iPhone 15 Pros. It was famous because there was that giant rig that had like 15 or 20 of them to do the whip pans, and there was a lot of buzz about the movie that way. It was also done at a 2.76 to 1 aspect ratio, so really, really narrow. Which didn't sit right with a lot of people, especially in the home theater community, because it's a lot of wasted screen space. This one is a little bit different. It's back to more traditional filmmaking. So Alexa 35 was used for the photography. It's a 235 to 1 aspect ratio. It's native 4K, which is awesome. It does have Dolby Vision. It does have Dolby Atmos. So yeah, it's a very standard release as far as things go today, but back to basics a little bit, more conventional presentation, especially if you're in a home theater. If you have a CinemaScope screen, you're going to get your whole screen filled up. If you have a 16:9, typical black letterboxing on top and bottom. So getting into the video quality here, Sean Bobbitt's cinematography for this film, it's very grim. And that kind of goes along with the themes and the motifs of the movie. It's dark, it's apocalyptic, there's a lot of coldness in the world. So there's a lot of greens, dark blues, very dimly lit scenes that might look a little bit cold, right, to the human eye. But what's really cool about that is that it gets to juxtapose that with the fire in the Bone Temple scenes, right, and all those bright oranges and those hues that you get, and the Dolby Vision HDR here, it really does a great job. It deepens the blacks, so your black levels are really, really solid, which allows for a lot of contrast, and it doesn't clip the highlights. So like a lot of that fire isn't piercing your eyeballs. It's a very nice color of orange. It really pops off the screen, and everything just looks great. So textures on faces look fantastic. Ralph Fiennes is obviously the star of this movie. He looks fantastic in it. He's really grisly and weathered, and you can see all the fine detail. And then on the Bone Temple itself, all those skulls and everything, you can really see all the fine detail on them, which you couldn't see it quite as well on the original 28 Years Later because of the iPhone photography. I think using the Alexa here, you get a lot more detail than you got in that other film. There's a couple spots in the film where the low light kind of pushes what the sensor and what we can do here, but Nothing that's too crazy. It's a really nice, aesthetically pleasing video transfer. So moving on to the audio, you've got Dolby Atmos here, like I mentioned before. Hildur, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name. Her score is fantastic for this movie. She won an Oscar for Best Original Score for the Joker movie back in 2019, and I think her work is fantastic here. It's really eerie and creepy, and the way that it's mixed into the audio track really just kind of envelops you in what's going on. And now, you know, there's going to be action sequences in a zombie movie like this, right? And those hit when they need to, and the bass is good, and there's a lot of directional stuff going on because of the fact that those are action scenes. But to me, the musical score was the thing that really sold me on the audio track here. Dialogue was great too. Ray Fiennes has a terrific voice, and you know, he's there front and center for a lot of it. And if you got a good center channel speaker, you'll be really good to go here. Bass goes down, you know, a good amount. It doesn't overextend. It's nothing like a Dune or a Blade Runner or anything like that, but it hits when it needs to, but it's not going to knock the shingles off your house. So overall, really solid audio track. Very, very happy with it. Again, Sony, they know what they're doing. There's a reason why Disney outsources to them, and now Disney's discs are typically better than the older ones that used to get nerfed, and people called them Atmos. So yeah, so I mean, overall, my thoughts here. This is a fantastic disc. It might not be everyone's favorite movie. It seems like it was a little bit divisive for the folks that saw it in theaters. But if you are a horror fan, definitely worth picking up. If you're a fan of this franchise, definitely worth picking up. If you are into home theater, also a really nice disc to add to your collection. The couple quibbles that I have with it have to do with this Steelbook only packaging, and part of that is not necessarily due to the Steelbook itself, but it's due to the fact that it does not come cheap. Steelbooks tend to be more expensive than a standard package, and as of when I'm making this video, which is April 2026 when it came out, the Steelbook for this was $45. Which for a lot of folks, for one movie, that is way too much, especially when you are not getting the Blu-ray that comes with it. It is just the 4K disc and a digital code, but because of the fact that it's the only way to buy it, you're kind of hamstrung into making that decision. Now, over the weeks and months and years, that price may go down, or in the case of some Steelbooks, it might go out of print. And then if it goes out of print, it might end up on eBay for a couple $100. The physical media game, it can be a little bit tough these days. So that would be the one thing that would honestly get in the way of me recommending this to y'all. But again, if you're into it, if you're into the movies, if you're in a home theater and you have the funds for it, it's a terrific pickup. Definitely recommend it. So that's going to do it for this video. Would love to hear from you guys. Drop me a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the movie. Again, like I said, it was divisive, you know, in theaters. Was it for you? Was it not for you? Let me know your thoughts. If you got the chance to check it out, whether that was on a digital stream, on Netflix, here on the 4K disc, let me know how you feel about Steelbooks kind of taking over the physical media game and pushing the prices up. I'll make sure to answer every comment that comes through. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. If you like movie reviews, TV reviews, and 4K reviews, this is your place. Again, in the description, you can also find all the equipment that I used for this one. We're going to have some other film reviews coming out later this week. I think Shane and I are seeing David Lowery's Mother Mary, so be on the lookout for that. And then we've got some TV reviews coming that we're really excited for. So be on the lookout for all of those things and so much more. And until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.